Hello, my name's Roger Perry, and today we're going to look at what makes a boomerang return. I'm the Australian team captain, and we compete in various competitions around the world. This is my son Grant. Grant's the current Australian champion, and he's pretty good. We're showing you how to do it. The Aborigines have been using non-returning throw sticks for many thousands of years for hunting kangaroos and emus. The returning boomerangs here were used mainly for hunting birds. Nowadays there are many new types of boomerangs made of different materials, including fun boomerangs for children and beginners, large boomerangs, very small ones, and different types of competition models, mostly 3-arm boomerangs. Some fun shapes, and these are called MTAs, maximum time aloft. So Grant's just going to start off with a standard throw and catch. Notice that this is a 2-arm boomerang. Clap your hands together for the catch. Now you'll notice here that we have a curved side and a decorated side. Always hold the curved or decorated side towards you. So when you're throwing, it's arm over and spin the boomerang. The rotation is the main thing. Lots and lots of spin. On the bottom, the boomerang is flat. Keep the flat side away from you. So always the curved or decorated side towards you. Spin it end over end. Now you'll notice with this wind indicator that the wind is going this direction. It's very important when you throw a boomerang to throw to the right of the wind, approximately 45 degrees. So if Grant's going to throw that boomerang, he's going to be throwing approximately 45 degrees to the right of the wind. The wind's coming this way, and when you do throw the boomerang, make sure you're letting it go level with your shoulder. Not too high, not too low, and just a little bit of angle. So if that's the vertical position, just a little bit off the vertical and spin end over end. Okay, Grant. Believe it or not, there is a difference between a left and a right-hand boomerang. You can see here, this is the leading edge. This is a left-handed boomerang. Leading edge, trailing edge, just like an aeroplane wing. On the right-hander, you'll notice it's in the opposite direction. Right-handed, leading edge is here, trailing edge is here. So when you hold a boomerang, you always hold it with the leading edge into your hand. So we've got a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Here's the wind indicator going this way. Righties to the right-hand side, lefties to the left-hand side. Aside from the various shapes, there are things you can do to help the boomerang to return, especially on a windy day. The wind can actually blow the boomerang away. So on this standard boomerang like this one, this really won't handle much wind at all. Just a couple of knots or a couple of kilometers an hour. Whereas this boomerang I've got here is geared up for lots and lots of wind. It's got big holes. We've got elastic bands. And elastic bands, by placing them in different positions on the boomerang, this helps create drag. Slow the boomerang down. It's a little bit like touching the brakes of your car. So the holes, the elastic bands, these create drag. So this one can really be thrown on a very strong and windy day. This one, very light wind. Boomerangs generally are best in light wind, especially when you're learning. So now in competition, we use a lot of 3-arm boomerangs. You can see it's got holes there. It's got elastic bands to slow it down. And this is a boomerang that we use for trick catching. So Grant's going to show you how to do a couple of the tricks that we perform in a trick catching competition. One hand clean behind the back, which is one of the hardest catches. And now Grant's going to try the foot catch for you. This is the hardest catch. In a competition, each catch is worth X amount of points, and the foot catch is the maximum, which is worth 10 points. Ah, very nice. And that would count. As long as it doesn't hit your knees, it's a legitimate catch. This catch is made famous by an American called Joe Gervin, and this one's called the Pink Flamingo. Definitely one of the hardest catches. It's not in the competition, it's just a fun catch. And he's pulled that off perfectly. Well done. At the moment, Grant's throwing what's called a fast catch boomerang, and the idea of this event is to throw and catch the boomerang 5 times as quickly as possible. They're very quick. The one that Grant's throwing is not the fastest, but certainly quick enough. If you can get under 20 seconds for the 5 throws and catches, that's a very reasonable time. The windier it is, of course, the slower the boomerang. So we have various types of boomerangs for the different wind conditions. A lot of people ask me, what happens if my boomerang doesn't come back? How do I actually make my boomerang come back? So here's just a couple of tips. You're right-handed, the wind is coming from here. You throw 45 degrees to the right of the wind. And if your boomerang blows back behind you, you can throw the boomerang more vertical. If the boomerang lands in front of you, you can throw the boomerang with just a little bit of angle like this. This helps the boomerang to do a shorter circle. If the boomerang lands to your left, throw the boomerang more to your right. And if the boomerang lands out there to your right, throw more to your left. So you do the opposite of what's going wrong with your throw. If you're left-handed, you have to reverse the principle. The main thing is though, never throw your boomerang flat like a frisbee. It'll take off and come crashing down. You could break your boomerang or it could land on your head. Always throw vertical or just off vertical. And if you catch the boomerang, clap your hands together, do it safely. Don't throw your boomerang at anyone, and on very windy days, it's best to fly a kite. Boomerangs are best designed for light wind. Enjoy your throwing.